This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Put it on a pair of socks for me.
Well, as much fucking dog hair as you have, all your clothes are bug clothes.
Huh. So I'd like to, before this match gets started, I'd like to know exactly what Dave Meltzer and his followers think of this one, because it has to be pretty difficult to follow what we've just seen.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Dave Meltzer gave it, and this is real,
Okay.
the highest rating on the show. 4 stars.
Wow.
This was the second best match, according to the readers of the Wrestling Observer, which I think most people would be shocked with, because Braun Strowman, a guy that big, you think, well, this is not going to be a high-quality match.
Right.
And that is not the case. And, of course, Roman Reigns, not exactly the internet darling, but they apparently tell a great story, and fans are for it. Fans are with it. Roman Reigns gets a bad rap.
Oh, I agree. He is athletic.
He's sort of the modern day John Cena, and that I think a lot of fans don't like him just because the company's decided to go with him. Yeah, because he was their fan favorite with the Shield until the company went with him, and then it's one of those, give us what we want. Okay, well, now we don't want it.
Well, don't you think once he went singles, they gave him a lot of really silly shit to do?
Well, they have made some missteps there. Having him do a promo where he said the phrase suffering succotash being
Right.
one of them.
Right.
Have you used the phrase suffering succotash?
I have not.
I'm going to try to use it later.
Okay.
See if I can't work it in
Okay.
during our fellowship.
So,
What do you think of the new TV here in the home theater?
I think it's wonderful. It's a big time 4K model, and
It's 4 inches smaller than the last one.
then why'd you get it?
Well, it's a better picture quality. You know,
What'd you do with the last one?
it's now in the studio upstairs.
Oh, okay.
So I'm overhauling the studio up there. I had to ultimately make the decision. Time to upgrade the old PC. So every podcast you and I have recorded so far has been recorded on that same computer. I don't know that I told you this, but I'm making a television studio in the back of my office at work. So I'll have a recording booth off of the television studio, and the computer that we have recorded all of our podcasts on will be repurposed there, wiped clean, rebooted, restarted, and we'll have a solution there if you and I ever want to record a podcast at the office. But I got the new computer coming, and I've got the big TV that was in the theater that will now be behind me in the studio. So if we ever needed to do a video piece, I've got a giant second monitor behind me. So that should be pretty cool.
Kind of a tell of a long story here, aren't they? I mean, it's almost as if, and of course we're not listening to it, so we're not getting the full effect of the story. But it's almost as if you're saying, okay, get to it already.
Well, the concept is we're trying to see, can he get to WrestleMania? I love that spot where they threw him into the turnbuckle and the force made the turnbuckle come loose. Really a nice story, because there's only so many ways you can show the power of the giant. And they had done that so many times with Big Show where he would suplex or chokeslam someone and it would collapse the ring. They thought, well, that's kind of been done to death. Let's do it with a turnbuckle. And I'd never seen it before, so I really dug it.
No, and I dig this scene too, but I'm talking about the length of this entire package.
No,
So
it's
just long.
sizable. Here's the other thing too, though.
They've shown that bump before.
Your main event is not a long match. So they've got to make up for some time in some other places. I've always loved the comically big font on the old WWE contracts too. So whenever there's a contract signing, they make sure it's like a size 72 font, and it'll have the show logo, and then in real big words it says their names. I mean, giant fonts. And here he comes with a slightly different look. Same looking gear, but trimmed out with white on his wrists and his chest plate and his boots. Chicks love that motherfucker.
He's got a good look, man. Can't deny that.
Of course, he's happily married, but can you imagine how busy his dance card would be if he did not?
Ooh. There's Conrad.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a hell of a look, man.
Shout out to Joe for rocking my shirt.
And glad to see, again, this is way after the fact, but glad to see that he beat leukemia. I know he had a great college football career at Georgia Tech.
Rambling wreck from Georgia Tech. You probably hated him already just because he didn't go to Georgia.
I've never hated anybody from Georgia Tech.
You just hate Auburn.
Yes,
and Florida.
Right.
And Tennessee.
No, just Auburn and Florida.
And Alabama.
No.
You hate me? You tell me all the time.
Well, yeah, but not your football team.
Why do you hate me? We've never really dug into that.
Maybe it's because at times, and by the way, this shirt's available at lowestrules.com, you a lie.
But hang on now. My lies, good and bad, have benefited you more than most.
I don't hate you. I'm sitting in your house right now.
Yeah, but you're kind of hate sitting. I'm going to eat your food. I'm going to drink your liquor.
Go drink your liquor.
I'm going to eat your food. I'm going to sleep in your bed. I'm going to shit in your toilet. Oh, by the way. I'm going to use
your bidet.
I got a bidet installed at the office.
Oh, God.
So since I was redoing the studio in the back,
right,
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have people over. Let's make this nicer. So we remodeled the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And, of course, one of the things was, hey, and if you don't mind, throw me your plug behind the toilet there. I threw the old Toto washlet in there, and now as you make your approach, it lifts the seat for you.
Oh, my God.
Warms the seat for you.
Oh, my God.
Gets that heater going, so when it's about to shoot that water up your bunghole, it's warm. God.
You can people
pulsate it. You can oscillate it. It even runs the dryer. Sprays a little aromatic out there to make it smell a little better. Ooh. And when you stand up, it just goes ahead and flushes for you.
You got people probably taking 4 shits a day.
Well, here's what I've done. You know, being the entrepreneur that I am, I've decided to get into the shitrepreneur business. And so I've ran the numbers. I paid $884 for this washlet. And then I had to pay tax on that. And then I had to pay a guy $100 to install it. So you figure, all told, I'm just over a G into this deal. So if there are 3 shits taken a day at the office, and I charge $1 per shit, $1 a shit, $1 a holler, if you will, then I will break even by like next April. So next May, I'm in the money. I'm out of the brown and I'm into the green. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So if you'd like to use it, feel free to stop by First Family Mortgage anytime. Tell Philip up front, you got $1, and he'll show you where to go, and we'll change your little doo-doo life.
I think it's great that someone has a plan for shit and someone has just an ambition for shit.
Well, I'm a shitrepreneur, you say. Yeah. I'm gonna follow in the footsteps of our own doodootrucking.com, Jeff Jewett. There's money in that shit.
Because everybody has to.
Everybody shits sometime. We should make an adult version of Everybody Poops. One of the greatest books ever written. We should make our version. Everybody shits. Oh, that's what it. Everybody Shits on Wrestling by Tony Schiavone.
I like it.
By the way, little betraying some confidences here, but he won't matter. He don't care. Bruce is working on his book again.
Really?
Yep.
So he's never had a book?
No, he worked on his book for years and years and years when he was out of wrestling. And then when we got busy with the podcast, he didn't have as much time to work on it anymore. And he doesn't really have time to work on it now, but because he's returned to WWE, he's got some outside interest. So he's got a little help now, whereas before he was doing it all by himself.
Right. I get that.
I think there is a good chance that we will see a Bruce Pritchard book in the next year or so.
Very good.
Speaking of books, you and I have both had the pleasure of reading another one of our co-hosts' book, and I think it might be the best wrestling book ever written, Under the Black Hat with Jim Ross. It's going to be released on March 31st. You can get it on Amazon or anywhere else. It's already #1 in the sports and recreation section of the pre-orders on Amazon. But you can get an autograph version from jrsbbq.com. He'll autograph it directly to you, and that'll be cool to throw on the shelf. And then if you're like me, you probably enjoy doing a little e-reading. You'll be able to do that as well when the book is released. So look for it around WrestleMania. March 31st is when I think it's going to be released wide. You and I both got advanced copies. I had an opportunity to share mine with a friend, Mr. Kenny McIntosh from Inside the Ropes, and he and I agree that the Bret Hart book Hitman and the Mick Foley book Have a Nice Day are two of the best wrestling books ever written. This one is right up there. It shows a lot of different sides of Vince McMahon. It tells a lot about his wife Jan and his relationship with her. A ton of info behind the scenes about his interpersonal relationship with one of the all-time greats, Stone Cold Steve Austin. A riveting book. You read it even before me.
Yep.
I loved it. I'm sure you did too.
Yeah, I did. And it didn't take me long. That's when you know you got a good book.
Well, the other great compliment I want to give Jim about the book, and a lot of this goes to his author, Paul O'Brien, is Paul made the chapters small and easy to digest.
Right.
And while there is connective tissue that tells the story start to finish, you can really bounce around and enjoy chapters individually as their own story within a story, much like our podcasts. I just cannot recommend the book enough. I think it's one of the absolute best I've ever read, and I encourage everyone to check it out, jrsbbq.com.
So these two big guys are really kicking it in high gear. I've got to give it to them.
Braun Strowman is just murdering. I mean, he's just throwing Roman Reigns around like a rag doll.
Right.
Except instead of this being, the story of, David and Goliath with someone the size of Gentleman Jack Gallagher, it's the 265 or 70 pound Roman Reigns.
You believe I was 270 at one time?
Yeah.
If I don't watch myself, if I keep eating your Cheetos, I'll get back there again.
I remember when you started counting calories, and it worked, man. You did a great job with it. Man, he's just throwing him around, is he not?
Wow. Look at this.
That's a hell of a bill. I mean, listen, Roman can help him so much, but when his feet go ass over tea kettle that high,
Yeah.
that's because you had a man with a lot of beef behind him throwing you there. Up he goes. Not so much.
See, I like that. I like trying to fight your way out of moves. We don't see enough of that.
I agree. Don't just go with it.
Yeah.
Discovered at a strongman competition. I don't know if you know that story.
Braun Strowman was?
By Mark Henry. Mark Henry watching a strongman competition, saw Braun Strowman, saw the entertainment value he brought to the competition, where he wasn't just, doing the stuff. He was showing a lot of personality, showing a lot of character, trying to, quote unquote, get himself over in that world. It stuck out to Mark Henry. Mark had a conversation with him. Fast forward, he found himself in developmental. And I'll never forget, this is years ago, probably 2014. Yeah, I think it was 2014. I'm sitting in the back and catering with Ric Flair, and he walks in, and Rick says, "Who the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "I have no idea." And he said, "Whoever he is, he's about to be a big star. Let's go say hello." And that was the first time Ric Flair met Braun Strowman, and this dude was as thick as he is wide, just a mass of humanity, something you really got to see. And I know Big Show is a monster and beyond compare, but this guy, he's something else, man.
He's, I believe he's a North Carolina guy.
He is. You can even see on his inside of his left bicep, he's got the state of North Carolina tattooed there.
Right.
And inside the state, it says country strong. Mm-hmm. Which is definitely a phrase that we hear down here in the South.
So I don't know if he grew up a wrestling fan or not, but certainly he was familiar with Flair and Arn. And
oh, absolutely.
yeah.
How could you not be how could you be a North Carolinian and not know about the Nate?
Yeah, I know. I like this. A lot of people say, just grabbing a hold and headlock or front face lock or whatever you want, side headlock, whatever you want to call it. It's not good, but they're making it work.
Oh, they absolutely are.
Yeah. Yep. Making it work.
There you go. Fighting it off.
Well, for a big, strong guy, it's country strong that he had the aptitude for it, didn't he?
Oh, he really did. And I like the look, too. You know, combat boots, camo, army pants,
Right.
the black top here, the giant beard, the skinned sides of the head, and the long hair in the back. I mean, he looks like a villain from a Crocodile Dundee movie or some, you know, I'm waiting on Chuck Norris or Rambo or somebody needs to come out, and he's the big boss. He's the guy you get to. You got to go through him to get to the mastermind of the evil plan.
Oh, you do realize there's another Rambo movie that's been released.
I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah, I know. I saw parts of it.
You know, I get it. You know, I get the point.
I do too.
Like John Rambo's here, and he's going to kill lots of bad guys,
Right.
and here's a machine gun, and everybody's dead.
Yeah, I get it.
I got to tell you, as I've gotten older, I've become less and less into action movies. Of course, growing up, I didn't miss a single one of them. But I now feel like so many of them are just formulaic. It's like, okay, I've seen this before.
For sure.
I know what it is. Give me something different. Have you seen the movie, or not movie, the show? It's on Amazon Prime, Hunters.
No.
It was recommended to me highly by the group chat a few weeks ago, and Megan had tried to talk me into it because it was an Amazon show with Al Pacino. So I'm like, what? Well, I guess for whatever reason, I didn't pull the trigger when she recommended it. But when everybody in the group chat started mentioning, you got to see this, I thought, okay, I'll check it out. And I turned on the first episode, and within 5 minutes, I was like, holy shit, what's happening? So it was totally different than anything else I'd seen, and it caught my attention.
Well, I'll have to check it out when I finish the third season of The Queen, of the Crown, because I'm really into that British stuff.
Have you gotten into Curb Your Enthusiasm this season?
No, I stayed away from it.
Why not?
I don't know.
Are you anti-Curb? You don't like Larry David?
No, I love Larry David. I don't know. I've been watching Mandalorian. I've been watching Picard on CBS Extra. I've been watching The Crown. I'm just into serious stuff now. I don't know why.
I got a great news for you then.
But
Mandalorian Season 2 is going to feature one of your favorites.
really?
Sasha Banks is in it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Burr was in season 1.
I don't know anything about Mandalorian.
Okay.
But I'm really glad that Sasha has one because those cars are going to be worth a lot of money one day. I've been talking about bringing them back, and with that stainless steel body from the 80s, those are going to really appreciate.
Okay.
I do feel like we should address the elephant in the room. 2 weeks ago,
Oh, God.
Dave Silva wrecked my car.
Okay. Whew. Thought this was going to be about me, but go ahead. That son of a bitch.
So it's 10:15.
Okay.
It's a Thursday.
Right.
And I've got a great friend of the show, Clint from Hershey, helping me organize to get ready for this studio transformation. So, I mean, it's like a whole big deal. There's construction going on. So as a result, things have to move from one part of the building to the other, and I don't want them to just go. We need to inventory and things like that. So Clint, in a previous life, did inventory management at a high level. So I said, hey, can you help me get organized up here and figure out, how to do this? So he's up there working through the logistics. And at 10:15, he pokes his head in my office and says, hey, are you hungry? Which is a natural assumption, being a fat ass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Superman punch. Hold on. I got to watch this. Well, maybe I don't.
Let me know when we can talk about something else.
Okay. So go ahead.
This is the longest match on the card.
All right. So anyway.
we got a while.
All right.
Anyway,
So you want something to eat?
10:15.
Yep.
And I said, no, I ate breakfast and nobody's even serving lunch. Can't help you. And he's like, well, I want a Chick-fil-A for breakfast. And I'm like, well, you better fucking hurry because they quit serving in 16 minutes. And Silva had been dropped off at work that day. I don't know if he had a car in the shop or whatever. And his wife dropped him off at the office. And so I said, hey, Silva, do you want Chick-fil-A? And he said, oh, yeah. You know how he is.
Right.
So I throw him the keys to my SUV and say, here you go. Here's my keys. And Silva jumps up. They jump in the truck, go get the Chick-fil-A, come back. Around that same time, I get a visitor, finish that meeting. I had another appointment right after that. And then a box gets delivered, and it's where I'd picked up the greatest WWE World title ever known.
Mm-hmm.
That causes a big commotion. Everybody's
Sure.
all excited and happy. And then when it's just me and him, just me and Silva, about 3 hours after breakfast, it's probably 1:30, he says, "Hey, I owe you an apology." And I'm like,
Is
huh?
that?
And he says,
Wow.
I might have maybe accidentally scratched a wheel.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry. And I said, wait, on my car? And he said, yes.
Okay. Already that's a problem because I know the wheels. Oh, shit. How about that kick by Roman Reigns? I know the wheels on your car are not cheap.
Take a look at this picture.
Oh, my God.
Now, I want you to notice the curb starts here
All right.
and goes all the way to here.
Yeah, so he might have.
Might have. That's the whole goddamn wheel, Tony. So I can't help it. And I posted to Twitter
Yeah.
and asked the opinions of the internet about this.
Yeah.
And it goes viral. More than 300,000 impressions of this picture. And one of the great comments asked, which curb did he hit? And I responded, all of them. Because here's the trouble with this. And this has been dubbed the Great Wheel Scrape of 2020 by our T-shirt friend, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit the curb, and here's the deal, people curb wheels, it happens.
Sure
It's
it
a
does.
thing.
Yeah.
You fucking stop,
Sure you do.
you back up,
Right?
you reassess.
Uh-huh.
He powered through.
You pull away from the curb.
He
Yeah.
kept going.
Yeah.
Further.
Unless he was going very fast.
He's in a goddamn drive-through.
Oh, okay. Got it.
How is this possible? First of all, if you're a big fat ass like me and Dave Silva, it's basically illegal for you to scrape your wheel in a drive-through. We are drive-through experts.
Right.
That's number one. Secondly, the SUV he drives every day is the exact same wheelbase size. Actually, his is a little wider and a little longer than the SUV that I drive. So it's not like he's used to driving a goddamn Mini Cooper,
Right.
which would fit him like a sweater. And now I've given him this big honking Escalade. That's not what this is.
Yeah.
This is a much smaller SUV than even what he drives. And he fucked it up. And then he didn't tell me right away.
Yeah.
He waited 3 hours and then hit me with the old, maybe might have accidentally scratch. Would you describe what I just showed you as a goddamn scratch?
No, not a maybe scratch. Might have. Scratch.
That's a wreck.
Yeah.
Like, they fucked up my Carfax on this one. This is a one accident vehicle now. I'm screwed. And it ain't like you can just go get that rim down at the Walmart.
No, it's a.
I got to go. There's a whole process now.
Yeah. So Dave is still on your shit list. Now, there's the Superman punch again. Look at that. Good reaction shots of Roman.
He's still not down, though.
I can see why Meltzer liked this match.
Because they're telling a good story.
Yeah, they are.
Because we're finally making the Superman come back, and he looks like he's going to cut it off, but nope. Oh, it cuts it off.
Wow. So Dave's on the shit list. Needless to say that he won't be invited over here for dinner tonight.
Nope.
That's okay. Plenty of food for me.
I'm just disappointed in him. You know, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Disappointing is a terrible place to be.
Here's the fucking joke of the whole thing. Do you want to know why Clint from Hershey wanted to go to Chick-fil-A?
Why?
Because he had a coupon.
So a fucking coupon from Chick-fil-A that you could probably find anywhere fucked your car in a roundabout way.
I'm out at least $1,000 because he wanted a free chicken biscuit. Had I bought him chicken biscuits every day for the rest of the goddamn year, I'd have been better off. And I could have had them shits delivered.
How many times are you going to go woo here?
That was enough, I think.
Okay, he tried it one time. 1, 2, 3.
How about it? I called the finish. You know how I knew the finish?
We've seen this match before.
Not only that, Braun Strowman's eyes were closed.
Oh.
telling you, I've ruined wrestling for everybody. Watch the guy on bottom's eyes. Mm-hmm. If he's looking, he's kicking. And if he ain't, he ain't.
Yeah, great match.
Great match, and we've still got 2 left, Tony.
Yeah, great match. Great Dave Silva story. You know, I sent a text to Dave because you and Dave and I are supposedly getting together to talk about.
He was supposed to be here this evening at 7:30, and I may still allow him to come. Okay. He probably wanted to be here beforehand because he's obsessed with you. You're his absolute favorite. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, I don't care.
I need to tell you about that, by the way. He was recently on Cassio's Cut because Cassio's out of shit to talk about already.
Right.
And he said, when asked his favorite show to work on, he said Arn.
Huh.
And he said it was because he wanted to get to know Arn, and he was jealous that he had this great interpersonal relationship with Jim Ross, because when Jim came to town, they went to lunch, and of course he has conversations with Eric, and he used to give back rubs and foot massages to Bruce Pritchard, and he considers you a friend, but he wishes that he could be friends with Arn. So his life's ambition right now is to be friends with Arn.
Yeah.
So I made sure to tell Arn all about this wheel scrape of 2020.
Yeah.
So Arn knows this is an untrustworthy bitch-made motherfucker. Those aren't my words. That was Arn's, the way Arn described him.
Yeah. I could tell that when I let him know I was here and he didn't like run over, that there was a problem going on here.
Well, we're taping. He texted me and said, "What's the plan?" And I told him 7:30 because I figured by then you and I would be done taping.
Okay.
Because, I mean, what's he going to do now? Go wreck the rest of my cars? And here's the worst part about this. There are some low-key haters on Twitter who were like, well, good thing you've got 19 other cars. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, good thing it wasn't the Rolls Royce. Weird choice putting BMW wheels on a Rolls Royce. And good thing BMW makes better cars than Rolls Royce. Yeah. Well, haha, joke's on you. BMW owns Rolls Royce. Same company makes both. Haha.
Well, see, bad people, and all bad people
are on Twitter.
They don't know stuff like this. There's many bad people that are very uneducated. There's Jesus.
Yeah, there's Pac. There's Cesaro.
Yeah, and there's the greatest mysteries. Do you think Dave maybe was on his telephone?
No.
When he scraped the wheel?
No.
Okay.
I don't. Who would call him? Seriously, who would call him?
Was Clint from Hershey and with
riding shotgun, watching the whole thing happen, waiting on his chicken biscuit?
You gotta reevaluate those two.
No, I'm telling you, I'm cutting all these people out of my life. You know, do we really need graphics for this show? I don't think so. I don't. We don't have to have them.
You just type up something and.
If you want to be a graphic artist for CTE, just hit me up on Twitter. Make a graphic for this show and send it to me. And if it's better than whatever Dave Silva put up, you can have his job. It's fine.
But we need to also let you know, if you're applying for this job, driving will not be involved.
Driving will never be involved.
Right.
In fact, I would prefer you never move to Huntsville, because my life has forever been changed.
Well, there you go. Whose fault
is it?
Whose fault is it now? It's not the chicken biscuit.
It ain't my fault.
Oh, yeah, you moved him here.
I didn't make him come here. He wanted to be here. First of all, he lived on the Mexican border, and he worked in a newsroom where he was routinely getting videos sent to him of people getting their goddamn spleen removed while they were still alive. And now he just guts my BMW wheels instead. Oh, that was the other fun thing.
Yeah.
Some Twitter dumbass.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Commented on the picture that I posted and said, "Is this your Mercedes?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money, it's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.